This is no joke, the only video you need to be able to scale to 10K a month with a faceless YouTube channel, because in this video I'll show you my complete faceless channel blueprint, which has helped me and hundreds of other people make thousands of dollars online. Just as an example here, a student hitting $170 a day, or here $25,000 in 1 week. Here not even 12 hours, 15,000 views. Here another student who got monetized in literally 20 days, and many other. These are literally just a few. You can pause this video, read through all of them. Here's another one where a student hit 12K a month. Here $25,000 a week. You can literally pause this and go through all of this. If you are interested in getting results exactly like these, just check out the first link in the video description where you can book a call with me to see if you would be a good fit to work with me and get the exact same results. And then I would say, let's get started. Super excited. This video is going to be uncut. So if your attention span is very small, just click off this video, all right? So before we can really, get started, you first need to understand that there are multiple different types of faceless channels. So they have, for example, cash cow channels, then AI channels, branded channels, and complex channels. Now, what is actually the difference between all of these channels? So cash cow channels are channels like this, right? So where you just jump into the niche. It's not that high of a production quality. You use AI voiceovers and you can still make a lot of money with channels like that. If we look at this channel is 13 days old, just as an example, and one of the videos already has 250,000 views. Now, these channels can blow up very quickly if you know how to find the right niches, which I'll actually show you guys in this video, right? Then there are AI channels. These are very, like, a lot of people like them. It's channels like these here, just as an example, where it's literally just AI stories. Now, you can go into a lot of different directions if you start an AI channel. Same goes for the normal cash cow. Same goes for everything. You can go into so many different directions, but an AI channel is usually very, very low cost, if I can say it like that. But many of these channels die off quite quickly. So this is actually a niche that's currently exploding on YouTube. So I'm pretty excited to see like what this niche is going to be, like how long it's actually going to be there. But AI channels, they mainly like there to jump in, make some money and jump out. Then there are branded channels. Now these are more long-term channels, like no joke, really long-term channels. This channel here, just as an example, is a perfect example of a branded channel. Now, a branded channel often has a higher quality of video editing, firstly, and they very often have a real voiceover, so a human being actually doing the voiceovers. These are one of the most long-term channels you can kind of run when it comes to YouTube, but it's also very important to know that if you go into something like this, you will have to have some kind of experience, right? So these channels can be super profitable. And also if you sell these kind of channels, you can make a lot of money selling them, right? So you guys can literally go to these channels and have a look at the difference of the video quality. Then we also have a complex channel. Now that is something like Fern, just as an example, where, the videos are really complex to create. So it's full of animations, stuff that most people just can't do. So what would I now actually recommend you to go into? So I would probably not right away do branded channels. That's just my opinion. They can be very expensive to run, and you would need some good experience with YouTube already to be successful with a branded channel. Then we have complex channels, which I would absolutely not get into as a beginner, because just as an example, they probably spend $5,000 plus per video. So it would be very hard for someone just getting into it, except if you have millions lying around, to create videos like this. Now, there are possibilities with AI these days where you can actually create similar animations like this without, actually being able to animate something yourself. But I would still not recommend you to go into niches like this. Keep in mind, if you're just starting out, you're competing against huge teams and people who have been doing YouTube for years, all right? So what would I recommend? So I would recommend going into AI channels or normal cash cow channels, right? Like, for example, this one or something like this, right? This is a typical AI channel or a typical, cash cow channel. All right, so then I would say now we know what kind of channels we want to go into. So either AI or cash cow channels. These two are, in my opinion, the beginner friendly channels and also the cheapest. All right, so then let's move on. So next thing we obviously need to do to be able to start a channel is we need to find a niche. Now, for many, many people, this is the biggest mistake or the biggest problem they have when they're getting into YouTube automation. You know, many people, they completely skip the niche finding thing. But something you need to ask yourself, would you open a real, like let's say, for example, a restaurant without doing the proper niche research or market research? The answer is probably no. And so many people, when it comes to YouTube, do literally that. They do not do any niche research. They don't put any effort into that. And that's why you see so many people failing with YouTube automation. YouTube automation and faceless channels is not hard, but you have to put the work in to find a good niche, right? Which is the most important thing when it comes to YouTube. So for this, we want to open an incognito window or even create a brand new channel just for niche research. So when we're doing niche research, we actually want to open a brand new incognito window. So what I very often do is, let me just move this here. What I very often do is I actually create a niche research account, right? I actually have multiple accounts like this, like here, just as an example like this, or I would just open up an incognito. And then on here, what you can do, and this is how your normal YouTube channel that you just created newly is, it's going to look exactly the same. So you can do both of it on an account and on incognito to just, you know, broaden up your niche research. So on here, you can literally now look for anything you're interested in, anything you want to create videos about. So for me, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go very broad. I'm just going to go the biggest houses, just as an example, because for me, I really don't care what I create videos about, as long as I actually end up making money. So here we can see what we want to do if we search that up, because we want to show YouTube now that we want to see faceless videos on our YouTube homepage, right? And for that, we need to optimize our YouTube homepage. Now, what we do is we scroll down on the search bar and we can just hold our cursor on the video here and then see like, hey, is it a faceless video or not? Now for this channel, probably everyone knows it. It is a faceless channel. So I'll just click on that and then I'll actually let this play. If you are signed into an account, you would just go ahead and subscribe to this channel and like this video, maybe even comment something, you know, just to show YouTube that we are interested in faceless videos. And while this is going, and guys, this, no joke, this really takes time. And I'm not going to cut out anything here because I want you guys to see how much time it actually takes, right? So here's another faceless channel. Let's actually click on this one. Now again, subscribe, like, and then here on the search bar, you can also already, you know, look into the direction you want to go into. So you're just going to click yourself through for a bit. Let's see what else we can find. Now make sure to not click on random stuff. But here, for example, if you're, for example, not interested at all in football, now maybe wouldn't click on it, or if you just don't like it. But here's another one, 7.5 million. And now you see that we already get way smaller channels on the sidebar. And that's because, like I said, at the moment, it's no joke the best time ever to start a faceless YouTube channel, because YouTube is no joke pushing smaller channels like crazy. So here we can see 170 videos. Videos are super long. What exactly are they doing? 7 months old. Then yeah, 7.5 million views. So let me actually have a look here. So before we actually, you know, continue warming or optimizing the account, I actually want to show you what exactly you're looking for when you're looking for niches, right? Now I'm still going to click on the next video here just so it continues optimizing our YouTube homepage. Let me see. If you don't find anything interesting here anymore, let me see, because there's almost nothing interesting on here on the side anymore. Let's actually click on this one. All right. So while this is playing, I'll sometimes maybe look to the side and just change the videos. But something you will need for niche research is the tool ElevenLabs. It helps a lot. Like no joke, it really helps a lot. Then when we're looking for niche research, when we're looking for niches, right, there is specific criteria we always want to look at. And that is there are under 5 smaller channels creating content in this niche that are consistently getting more views than they have subscribers. That means there's high demand and low supply. This is one of the most important things when it comes to YouTube automation or faceless channels that you can get. Like no joke, this is super important. Then that there are no channels with over 100,000 subscribers, super important. There are no smaller channels failing. Most people always look at like, hey, what channels are winning? They always look at the channels that are winning, but never at the channels that are failing, right? Super important. A real big red flag is if there are like hundreds of small channels failing in a niche. If you go ahead and you look up, for example, motivational channels, you will see thousands of small channels failing, and it's going to be really, really hard for you to succeed in that niche. Then you want to make sure that the niche is not older than 6 months. This is also super important. Now, if you go for here normal cash cow channels, then it's 6 months, right? If you go for AI channels, then it's around about 2 months. Right? So there's a huge difference between these two. Now, the reason for that is because this requires a bit more effort to go into, and AI channels is very, very simple to go into. And that's why 2 months for AI channels and 6 months for normal cash cow channels. Then you want to make sure that you can create better content than your competitors. Now, this doesn't necessarily need to, be crazily better. It can be longer videos, more interesting topics, all of these things, okay? Then am I interested in this niche? Not a must, as long as you build a team that actually has interest in that niche. Then is the niche monetizable? Super important, otherwise you're not gonna make money. And then a huge bonus point is if you can actually post super long videos in that niche, because everyone knows, like, if you post long videos, you are gonna get paid way more because you can place way more ads throughout your video. All right. Okay. So now let's keep on looking. So now we kind of know what the criteria is. So let's actually just keep on looking. So I'm actually going to go back to the step 1 because I don't see any interesting things on the sidebar. So I'm just going to do this for a little bit more. Now, as I already said, what you can do is you can just create an account. The cool thing when you do this is that everything actually saves. So if I find something good, I just subscribe to the channel and YouTube is automatically going to show me more. The problem I face with these accounts is that very often if you have to switch the accounts a few times, all right, after some time. And that's why I have like multiple of those accounts. So, and this one is actually completely new. But yeah, let's actually just click here on a few more. And no joke, this is exactly what you do. It does take time to find a niche. So you have to go through this process, it takes like maybe 30 minutes to really go through all of this. I'm not going to take that long now. So I'm just going to go to my YouTube homepage now, and then you guys will see that, let's see. I like to use a VPN, by the way. If you're not in the US, just use a VPN, because otherwise you're always going to get like Namibian content from what the people in your country watch, right? All right. So let's see. Here we see a faceless channel. Let's see. This one, not a faceless one. Here's a faceless one. So this niche is absolutely blowing up now. 84 videos to almost 200,000 subscribers. So this one is doing super, super well. How old is it? 4 months old. Damn, this one is crazy. So for anyone, if you guys are running these channels, doing super well. I'm actually seeing a bunch of small ones like this actually still blowing up. So let's have a look at what we can find. You see, my homepage isn't 100% optimized yet because we went through it very quickly. But all you literally do on the homepage is you scroll through and look for faceless channels that are small and that are getting a lot of views, right? So here you can see 9,000 subscribers. Then you always go over, you look at the oldest video, 1 year old, and then most popular 9 months. So it's too old, and I think that channel is dead. So let's actually keep on looking. History Geek, let's see, 101 videos. It's already quite old, right? It's already quite old. Let's actually keep on looking. Guys, this is no joke, the reality of niche research. It literally just takes a lot of time and you have to sit through it. That's just how it is. So here, 12 videos. Now, something we can see on this channel is they posted videos, right? Because this channel is older than one year, but this year, okay, it's already older than 10 months. But if you see outlier videos exactly like these two, you can literally go ahead and try to create your complete own niche or your complete own channel by just creating videos about, for example, these two topics, right? I saw, for example, a channel that, they posted a bunch of different videos and some of the videos were about the royal family. Those videos always performed really well. Then a channel came in, saw, hey, they're posting videos about the royal family. Every one of those videos goes super viral. And they started a separate channel like just about the royal family. So always look on other channels as well, what outlier videos they have, because sometimes you can literally just from that create your own completely new niche, new channel, right? So let's keep on looking. My homepage doesn't look that good, to be honest, very honest here, because you have to do it a bit longer. So here's again a AI channel against all odds stories. So this one has quite a bit of videos, 160 videos, 10 months old. Let's see, this one is the most. So here, just as an example, what I would do if I see, for example, this, I would go ahead and actually save this video alone, because just from this, you could maybe go ahead and create like a channel that is literally just about prison stories, right? And then you create like AI videos to that, because that is something I promise you almost everyone would be interested in, because nobody knows how it is like in prison except the people who, you know, are in prison, all right? And these videos are super easy to create. It just takes some time and you need VO2, right? So let's keep on looking. And that's just how you see, like you literally just look for outliers. Okay, this one is personal brand. Let's have a look. Like I said, this homepage now isn't 100% optimized, but let me show you another channel. So this is now just on this homepage here. On the account, I've already optimized a little bit. So here you will already see faceless video. And here you can now already see that I just opened this video here, right? I just played it for a little bit and YouTube already showed me a video like this, right? So let's actually see. Here we have another one, Giga Builds. Let's actually have a look. I'm actually subscribed to this channel. But this is a very good example of a channel that's absolutely crushing it. So here we can see 44 videos. Now we can here see the channel is 6 months old. Now, if we look at this channel, right, we can see that the views weren't that impressive here. They switched up their thumbnail style, because that's also always something you want to look for. They switched up their thumbnail style like here, and now, boom, viral video, viral video, viral video, right? So you always want to look at these things, very important. Always look for outliers and patterns that, or not patterns, but videos that went super viral, right? So now we have here another one. Let me actually show you guys this one. So this one here, just as an example, is a perfect example of what we're kind of looking for. So here we can see 26 videos only, 4,000 subscribers, and this channel is brand new. The most viral video has 225,000 views. Now we can see here, it is an aged account, 1 month old. So this would be something super, super good. Now, is this going to be a super long-term niche? Probably not, but it could be a niche where you could make quite a good amount of money, right? So I hope that helps. Very important, as I already said, give yourself enough time to do niche research and do not rush the process, because if you rush this process, and you saw, we are on this video now for around about 18 minutes. Most of the time I was just scrolling through YouTube. You cannot find a super, super good niche within like 5 minutes. It's just not possible. You have to take your time when doing niche research, all right? Then what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna do competitor research, right? Where we're gonna use a niche research sheet to validate all our finds. The link to the sheet will be in the video description. So what we're gonna do is, now I can't remember. Okay, I actually have it. So this is my niche research sheet. So very simple, how I set this all up is, this is my broad research, right? Where I literally do very broad research. So everything I would find, like for example, this channel here, I would add it into my broad research, right? Then once you have something you actually want to go into, I'm not gonna, work on the sheet now because it is actually a template, but you just put in the channel name, the link, the topic or the niche, monthly views, subscribers, estimated revenue, total videos uploaded, channel start, then uploading videos, yes or no, because some channels do like stop, and then can AI be used? And then how can you mimic and apply this? Now, once you have a few inside here, you want to analyze them, right? You want to see like, hey, which one makes the most sense for me to really get into? Then you actually come here to the next tab where you're gonna go, for example, crisis niche, right? And then on here, what you're gonna do here is you're gonna add these channel links, right? The channel name and all of the data into here, right? Then it's actually very simple, gonna give you an average of the whole niche. So you want to make sure that you find every single channel in this niche and fill this whole sheet out, right? Now, what is the easiest way to find similar channels? And that's why I say you guys need NextLev. You just literally click here on similar channels, then deep search and search. And in most cases, it will find similar channels. And if there aren't any similar channels, then you probably are very early to a niche. So here we can see, let's see, this channel is dead. It's not posting, the videos aren't the same. Then we have here another one. Let's see how this one looks. Also, it's kind of the same niche, but it's not the same. Here's another one. You see how crazy NextLev is because you literally just find all of these channels with one click. Now here's another one. Not sure if this is faceless content, but you can add all of this into the sheet. And what it will do then is, like I said, it will literally give you a niche summary. So the average revenue per channel, average views, average subscriber growth, average videos per month, and average video length. And this becomes very important later on when you start actually creating videos. That's exactly where this becomes super, super important. Then you can also use the niche checklist for example, not too many small channels. Like this sheet is no joke, one of the best things I ever created for myself when it comes to niche research. Because if you don't do this, you don't have an overview over your niche, right? Very, very important. You need to have the overview over your niche. So competitor research is super important. And this is something most people skip. And like I said, with NextLev, it gets super, super easy to actually do competitor research. Now, one more thing, where do you actually get these metrics from? So you can just click here on analytics, very simple. This is also super awesome from NextLev. And then you just click here channel revenue, then it loads a bit. You can see everything, total views, average video length, that actually gives you the average video length of that channel. Then you can see your views, RPM, top geographies, and then age and gender. So you can see everything. Now, if a channel is this new, that tool might not be 100% accurate, all right? So always like calculate it roundabout on a $5 RPM, and then you should be good, okay? So then I would say we're gonna go to the next thing, which is actually getting your channel ready, because if you don't have a channel, you can't post any videos. Now, before we start, I just want to mention that shadow bans are indeed real, right? Shadow bans are 100 million% real. And I just want to quickly show you guys how it actually looks like when you have a shadow ban, right? When a channel is not really good. So I'm just opening a channel here that has absolutely failed. So let me show you guys. And the reason why it failed is because it has a shadow ban. Otherwise it would perform really, really well. Okay, so here we can see if a channel has a shadow ban, you can see that the videos do not get any impressions, all right? So you can see direct or unknown. Even if the niche isn't good, you should still get some, get impressions, at least 100 impressions, right? So if none of your videos perform really well, you can know that they are shadow bans, right? Or that your channel is shadow banned. Now, what is a trust score? Because you can actually like improve the chances of your channel not being shadow banned. Now, what is a trust score? Because you do like you want to improve your trust score. A trust score is simply how much a platform actually trusts your account, right? You have that on Instagram, on TikTok, on every single platform. You have a trust score. Every single account has a trust score, and unfortunately, you can't see what it is. Very sad, but you can see it. Now, what you can do is, okay, we'll actually get into that later, how you can actually, improve your trust score. But there are 3 different types of accounts when it comes to faceless channels, right? The first one is a brand new channel. They're currently working the best. So I'll just make a star here because they no joke the best at the moment. It's just when you go ahead and you create a brand new channel, then there's an age channel, which you can get on this website here. Whoops. Age profiles. Now, just very quickly, so this website is out of stock 99% of the time, but for me personally, it's one of the best websites to actually buy accounts. But there are also other websites like, for example, this one, and then there's some other websites where you can also buy. These are the main ones where I bought my stuff until now, but here's another website where you can actually buy. So Aged account is literally just a super old account that was like created in 2009 to 2006, like somewhere there. As you can see here, this is actually an aged account. So this account has been created 2006. So this is just an example of an aged YouTube account. All right. Now, why many people use them is because in many cases they do have a higher trust score. But as I've already said, that I've recently been starting a lot of channels and I see that brand new YouTube accounts do perform a lot better, right, at this current stage. So it's always changing. It's always changing. Then we have a pre-monetized YouTube account or pre-monetized channel. This is simply a channel that already has 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Now, would I recommend to get a pre-monetized channel? No, I wouldn't. Except if you go into niches where you can make a lot of money very quickly. Like, for example, last year we went into the US election niche where we made almost $30,000 in the first 2 weeks. And if the channel wouldn't be pre-monetized, we'll probably lose out on that money, right? So that's the time where I would actually use a pre-monetized channel. Otherwise not. Guys, to be honest, like if you pick the right niche, no joke, it takes me and my students around about 2 weeks to monetize our channels. It can go very quickly to actually monetize your channel, but you have to, do the market research and choose the right niches. You need to do that correctly. And keep in mind, if you would want to work close with me, just check out the first link in the video description. Keep in mind, it is not free, okay? But yeah, let's keep on going. Now, to actually increase your trust score, you want to actually warm up your YouTube account. Now, how exactly do you do that? So you firstly, once you're signed in or once you created your account, you just use it as a normal user. So what I like to do is whenever I'm starting a new channel, I would literally go ahead and actually use that YouTube account. I would just use it normally. Like if I would want to watch a video, I would go to that and watch the video on that account, right? So watch for 1 to 2 hours of content a day, right? Just watch, but normally don't like act as a weird human or don't act as a bot. Okay, just watch content normally. Then if you watch content normally, just subscribe, comment and like. Again, do not act like a bot because then you're going to make it worse than it already is. Just act normal. All right. Then do this for 1 week or longer to lower the risk of a low trust score. Now, to be honest, like you can also do it for 2 to 3 days. That's also fine. But the longer you do, the higher the trust score is usually going to be. So usually I've seen that if you have like just a normal YouTube account on your phone and you've been using it for years down the line, if you start a channel on that account, it's going to perform super, super good. Even better in most cases than a channel that you warm up. Right? Just because YouTube knows or the platform knows that that account is not owned by a bot. All right. So very, very important. This is super important. Okay. Then, by the way, this is not 100%. So sometimes it's correct. Sometimes it's not right. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Then we go to choosing video topics. This is almost as important as choosing a niche. Always go for proven concepts, but never steal one-on-one. All right. So always, let me just show you how this would look like. So if I would want to go into this niche, I would probably go ahead and recreate a similar video to this. I would never ever copy this one-on-one. What I see a lot of people doing is they will literally go to most popular and copy these videos. Now, very funnily, the most recent videos are the most popular videos for this channel, but on most channels, that's not the case. And what people do is they go ahead and recreate these videos without actually understanding that there is supply and demand in video topics as well, right? So there is supply and demand in video topics as well. And if you go ahead and you just go ahead and create the most popular videos of a channel, the chance of hundreds of people already recreated that video is very, very high. So that's why you always want to go for the most recent outlier videos and recreate them and make sure that you get those videos out fast. You do not want to wait 4 weeks or 3 weeks to get that video out. YouTube is player versus player. The fastest guy is always going to win on YouTube. Okay. So it's very important to choose outlier videos and lock in your first 5 video topics, because usually within the first 5 videos, and I'm going to show you guys more about the niche testing phase in a bit, but usually the first 5 videos you post can already show you like, hey, is this channel going to succeed or is it going to fail? All right. Then once we chose our video topics, we obviously move on to where to hire what, like where do you actually hire your people? Now for the script, I always use Upwork, or I just write the scripts with AI like most people do. Now, if that really depends on your niche. So if you look at this video here, just as an example, and you can see like, hey, the script was probably written by AI. You can go ahead and create a AI script as well. But if you see like, hey, the script is super, super good. It has a super, super high quality. I don't know if I would go ahead and just rewrite it with AI. Okay. Then for the voiceover, you can use Fiverr because there you can actually pre-listen to the voiceovers, or you could use ElevenLabs. Now, what would I do? 1,000,000% ElevenLabs, especially if you want to go into niches like this where you actually need speed, right? Then you go for ElevenLabs. It's going to be cheaper and it's going to be way faster. All right. Then for the video editor, I always hire my guys from Upwork or X. Now, guys, just to make very sure, do not overpay for the videos, right? I get so many people that completely overpay for their videos where they would pay like $200 for a video like this. I can get a video like that done and edited for like $15, $20, right? Do not overpay for the videos. Always make sure that you negotiate the prices. Very, very important, because when you're testing, you want to spend as less as possible to make sure that you don't run through all of your money very quickly, okay? Then for thumbnail designers, I usually use Upwork or X. In most cases, Upwork, just because, you know, for thumbnails like this, you don't need someone who's crazy good at thumbnails, just need someone basic. Yes, and X is like more for the high quality, next level thumbnails, if I can say it like that. They are also more expensive, so Upwork is going to be the game or the game plan for most of the people just starting out. Now, once you get your video tested, once you get your video created, you are now getting into the testing phase. All right. Now, what is like, that's why I didn't draw anything here, because I'm actually going to draw stuff for you guys. What you're going to do is you're going to test, right? So let me just draw this up for you like that. So what you're going to do, what you're going to need is 2 different channels. So in my opinion, I always start on 2 different channels just because I have a higher chance of actually having a higher trust score. All right. So what I'm going to do is once I have the videos done, I obviously optimize both channels. So I get both channels ready with banner, profile picture, like the name, the channel description. I get all of these things ready. Once that is ready, I would actually go ahead and post, right? And after you warmed up your account, all of these things. So I would post the exact same video on both channels at the exact same time, right? That's no joke. That's what I'm doing. So you post the exact same video on both channels at the exact same time. Then day 2, you actually skip, all right? Day 3, you post the next video. Now, why do you skip days? I do that simply to show YouTube that my channel is not an AI bot channel, all right? Then I post another one. So you just want to show as much human behavior as just possible. Post another one, then I might skip again until you have 5 videos out. So now we have 5 videos out. Now there are one of 2 things that's going to happen, all right? And this is in most cases, that's why I say 5 videos. In many cases, enough to see like, hey, is a niche good or is a niche not good? So one of 2 things is going to happen. Either nothing is going to happen and you're not going to get any views. That is actually, the reason for that could be videos are too short. So you always want to have videos that are at least 5 minutes longer than your competitor videos. If the videos are under 30 minutes, if those videos go up to like an hour long, you want to at least add in half an hour to your video. Super important. Always keep in mind, who's YouTube going to push out more? The person that can keep people on YouTube for a long time, or the person who can't keep people on YouTube for a long time. They're obviously going to push out the second person because the second person is going to make YouTube more money. What's YouTube's main goal? To make a lot of money, right? So always keep that in mind. Then it might be that you have trash packaging, and this is something I see with many people. Now, what is a good thumbnail? What is a good title? Very simple. What works in your niche? Just do exactly what works in your niche, right? Then it might be a bad niche. So always go back to when a channel fails, always go back to actually having a look like, hey, why did my channel fail? Like, was it the niche? Where exactly was I wrong? So very often it's a bad niche, or sometimes it's also just a bad channel. And in most cases, it's either one of these three at the top. Sometimes it's a bad channel, right? So just because your channel doesn't succeed, don't directly go ahead and say, my channel was bad, right? If your channel is bad, you aren't going to get any impressions. So go to the beginning and you can have a look how it looks like when a channel is bad, all right? And then let's keep on going. Now, scenario 2, where something actually happens, which I hope it does. So how it looks like in most cases, it looks exactly like this. So in most cases, it takes around about 3 to 10 days for something to blow up, all right? In most cases, it does depend a little bit on the niche. So if you go, for example, into this niche, your channel might blow up way quicker, all right? Just because this is like news type stuff, and that usually blows up way quicker. But until this here happens, right, you're not going to post any more videos on this channel, except if you're really confident in this niche, then you can go up to 15 videos for testing, right? What I do is in most cases, just post 5 videos. If nothing happens, then I'm out of that niche. Very simple. Now, this is for normal cash cow channels, like for normal YouTube automation channels. Then there are also AI channels where you obviously have to test way longer and way more, right? So on those ones, I'm not personally running them too often, so I don't really want to give a lot of advice on that. But for normal YouTube automation channels, you can literally post 5 videos and you can see like, hey, is there potential in this niche or not? Now, once you see this happening where a channel actually picks up, then only you continue posting. And what you can do now is you can actually increase the video quality if you want to, right? If your competitors are doing the exact same style and video quality than you, except that your videos are longer, you can now go ahead and you can lift the bar inside that niche and increase the video quality. Now, the next thing I would highly recommend you guys to do is once you have something that's actually working, like this here as an example, you go ahead and you double down, right? You don't just create one channel. You go ahead and you double down and you create 2 to 3 channels in that niche. Just go crazy before the niche gets saturated. Now, the good thing is if you're early to a niche, you have the first move advantage. That means your channel is most probably not going to die, except if you do some dumb stuff on the channel or don't, run the channel correctly. Okay. Now here I actually need to add one more thing, which I completely forgot. If the channel doesn't perform, number 5, it could be video topics, right? So always make sure that you pick good video topics, right? So this is super, super important. I hope this helps. And I'm 100% sure, if you follow this exact strategy, especially with the niche research, which is the most important thing, that you will be very likely to blow up a channel like this. Now, something really important for me to mention is that you do not want to overspend on these first 5 videos. If a niche is truly good, your channel will explode if your videos are good or not. Always keep that in mind. It comes down to the video topic, all right? So yeah, I hope this video helped. Like I said, if you're interested in working close with me, just check out the first link in the video description. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. And then, yeah, let's get you some results like this and let's keep on crushing it. I'll see you guys in the next video.